Good morning, everyone. We're going to give you guys a few minutes, give some people a few minutes to join us, and then we'll get started. Hey, Barb. See Jeff, two Jeffs. All right, we'll just give it one more minute and then we'll get going. Well, in the interest of time, I'm going to kick us off here. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We're excited to introduce one of the newest additions to AAMA's growing portfolio of member benefits, the AAMA Purchasing Advantage powered by Foodbuy. This program has the potential to help members reduce operating costs while gaining access to the purchasing power of one of the industry's leading organizations, and we can't wait to share it with you. Before I introduce today's presenters, I just have a few housekeeping items. Throughout the webinar, I'll be posting links to the resources and documents referenced during the presentations, and I'll be putting those in the chat. We encourage you to submit your questions in the chat at any time, and we'll reserve time at the end of the presentation for a live Q&A session. If you're unable to stay for the entire webinar, or if you'd like to revisit the information, a recording will be available after today's session. We'll also be hosting a follow-up webinar on Wednesday, August 6th at 1 p.m. Central for anyone with additional questions or those who are unable to attend today. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our presenters. We're pleased to be joined today by our program partners, Jay Zwiebaum and James Hockman. They will be walking us through the AAMA Purchasing Advantage by Foodbuy program and how your business can benefit. Jay is the founder of Two Tree Consulting, a firm specializing in food, beverage, dining, and hospitality operations. His extensive industry experience has helped businesses optimize their food and beverage programs while improving operational performance. We're also excited to welcome Two Tree Consulting as one of AAMA's newest member companies. Jay, we're thrilled to have you as a part of our AAMA community and as a valued benefit partner. Joining Jay today is James Hockman, Senior Director of Partner Development at Foodbuy. In his role, James works closely with Foodbuy supplier partners to better serve the Foodbuy member base while also supporting key Foodbuy members to drive operational cost savings. He has been instrumental in bringing the AAMA Purchasing Advantage program, and we're excited for him to share how you can begin taking advantage of these benefits. Please join me in giving a warm AAMA welcome to Jay and James.
Wow, thank you for that, Tina. Very warm welcome. We're excited to be here with everyone today and launch this exciting AAMA Purchasing Advantage by Foodbuy program. Some goals, if I may, before we get into it is first section, we're going to talk about the power of Foodbuy as an access point and a GPO. Secondly, we'll talk about the features of the program. What does it mean to be a member and what kind of program savings can I expect through our supplier portfolio? And then lastly, but certainly not least, is what are some frequently asked questions that are ubiquitous in the marketplace that I'm sure you all have? And also, how is it the ease of use of accessing Foodbuy? So we'll talk about onboarding, we'll talk about account management, and then also how to optimize to the full program. And at any point, Tina mentioned questions in the chat. This is a very open dialogue opportunity. So please feel free to fire any questions and we'll certainly get those addressed. For those that don't know, when you hear the term GPO in the marketplace, it's an acronym for Group Purchasing Organization. And we'll talk about Foodbuy and how we're positioned, but simplistically, a GPO aggregates purchasing volume through their member base and creates customized contracts that are super beneficial to our members. Where we're a little bit different, if folks have experience with GPOs, is when we negotiate our contracts, not only do we create stronger, better national account pricing, we also specialize in manufacturer rebates that you, as a member of AAMA, subsequently a Foodbuy member, you'll earn those and get paid back on a monthly basis. Time savings, why I think that's important is you all are super busy with your operations and in a lot of respects wear multiple hats. With the power of Foodbuy, you have the confidence of that the time savings because we've gone out and negotiated based on our $35 billion in spend, better, stronger contracts for you and your operation. Background about Foodbuy. We are the procurement supply chain arm of Compass Group. If anyone's familiar with Compass Group in the marketplace, Compass is the world's largest food and service provider, and Foodbuy is that procurement arm, subsequently making us North America's largest GPO and procurement specialist company. With over $35 billion in managed volume within the member space, you can see the coverage of multiple sectors, covering hospitality and leisure, food service, healthcare, and education. On the right-hand side, I think it's really important for you all as an audience to know the depth of the contracts. So when looking at 250,000 SKUs under contract, what does that mean to you as an operator? Most distributors stock contracted items between the 6,000 and 10,000 range, but we have over 250,000 that are available to you as a member. Participating locations, we've got 190,000 plus across the USA. If you're a non-food entity, so maybe an allied member, distributor, or just a vendor partner, you still have access to over 3,000 standalone contracts that are non-food oriented. And we'll get into that in a few slides about supplies, equipment, and services. But we're more than just food from a GPO perspective. We also have the backing of over 650 associates mainly in our Charlotte corporate office. And those individuals are onboarding specialists, member experience for you as a member, contracting, the category managers. Why that's important is just because we might not have it under contract, there's a very good likelihood that we can source that product through a direct deal or a specialized custom contract that on behalf of your purchasing volume, we can negotiate a stronger deal for you. I'll stop there. Any questions so far? Excellent.
I agree.
The meat of the program. So for you as a member of the AAMA Purchasing Advantage by Foodbuy program, you get access to aggressive contract pricing. So that 250,000 items, 80% of those are negotiated contract pricing. So lower into unit price is the easiest way to understand it. Of all of those 250,000 items, they all carry a manufacturer rebate. When you become a Foodbuy member and you link your distributor account to our program, Foodbuy does all of the tracking, accruing, and paying of those rebates back to you as operator. So no coupons needed, no scanning of the back of a case that came in. It is all transacted to us through our negotiated distributors, and we do all the work on our side. And as we mentioned, not only food, but you also have access to a myriad of supplies, equipment, and service contracts with negotiated pricing and rebates. We'll be sending out, and Tina, I don't know if the POS is already linked into the chat box, but we'll.
I just shared the contracted supplier list that you're referring to.
Okay, fantastic. So we'll make sure that everyone has a resource of the POS that highlights the program, where the price savings are and manufacturer rebates, the list of suppliers, and really any other POS that you might need to better create context to the opportunity here. If I'm in your seat and I'm thinking about it, I use Cisco, a PFG, US Foods, Ben & Keith, GFS, any one of our authorized distributors. How do I find out if this program could benefit me? One of the easiest action items and exercises is to submit a velocity report or even invoices, we can go ahead and map those to where our contract deals are and where the rebates would occur to give you the data analytics to say this program would benefit me. So that's something that Foodbuy would do on behalf of you when looking at, is this program beneficial to me right now and ongoing? Of the ones we've already done for the folks on the call, very, very positive in terms of savings versus the current purchasing program or non-program that the customer was on, to the tune of 20% in terms of contract projected savings. If anyone wants to raise their hand or say, would this be a benefit to anybody to take a look at their operational costs now?
And I think James, one of the important points that you'll make on the FAQ is you do not need to switch suppliers. So if you're using Cisco, US Foods, Gordon, PFG, Benny Keith, any of those, the program will work with all of those. You could always look later on if you wanted to optimize the program even further and look at a different supplier that might be even better than what you're using. But in most cases, would be able to cover the program with your existing supplier.
That's a great point, Jay. And for the folks on the call, Foodbuy is deemed as a distributor neutral GPO. To Jay's point, so you can pick and choose what distributor you're comfortable with, from a service base, a stocking relationship base, and still leverage the Foodbuy program. So the lower into unit pricing and the manufacturer rebates. Thank you for bringing that up, Jay.
Of course.
Upon becoming a member of Foodbuy, you'll have access to a customized dashboard called Empower. And it's a tremendous resource for you as a member, showing everything from your purchasing volume, rebates earned, optimization opportunities, which we'll talk about in a second. And you can also customize it to the widgets that you like. If you're very analytical and want to look at what's called contract utilization rate, it's there at your disposal. If you simply want to look at it top line of, I purchased $500,000 in volume from X distributor, what are my rebates that I've earned by being a member of Foodbuy? It's as integrated as you want to be, or it's as simplistic as you want to be. Speaking of optimization, why this is very important for you as a member is when we immediately align a distributor account, there will be what's called overlay or like to like items that you're buying that are on contract. So therefore, you'll see immediate savings, immediate rebates on those items. There'll also be a percentage of your purchasing that is considered non-contracted. Through our data analytics, by the push of a button, you're able to pull in all of those non-contracted items and look at a comparable, may it be a brand, pack size, product description, and you can look at what item would benefit you as the operator based on your historical purchases. Talking more things than food. We have, as we mentioned earlier on the second slide, over 3,000 standalone contracts. This is simply a sampling of those savings opportunities for you as a member. And we cover everything from facility services, as you see here, to large capital equipment, cover everything in your back of house from equipment, kitchen equipment repairs, to also all of those small wares and walk-in coolers all the way down the line. For anyone that's non-food, there's a tremendous amount of office contracts, uniform rentals, food safety and facility maintenance contracts that you can tap into as a member of Foodbuy. And this deck will be shared with everyone. Down at the bottom, there is a link that you can go and look at a URL link to look at all of our contracted manufacturers and all the different suppliers that are accessible to you as a member. Getting to the question of, okay, well, I'm interested. What do I need to do to become a member? It is as simplistic as opting into, and by filling out this LOP, letter of participation, you opt in to the Foodbuy programs. Not all of them, you opt into being accessible to those programs. Why that's important, and we'll get to it in another slide here, is we're non-compliant driven. So what that means for you as an operator is you can pick and choose whatever programs you want to tap into to benefit your operation. May it be our distribution partners, may it be our Granger program, may it be our office supplies program. You can leverage one of them, you can leverage all 3,000. It is completely up to you as an operator.
And James, there's no minimum, correct?
That's a great segue there, Jay. So questions, frequently asked questions in the marketplace. If I'm in your seat as an audience member, Jay, I want to kind of go right into your previous question. As a member of Foodbuy, there are no minimums. We don't dictate how much you need to buy to become a member. The rebate accruals and payments start from $1, and there is no cap. Having that known, there are certain minimums that are dictated by your distributor partner. That is not dictated by Foodbuy. So when you become a member, you opt into the program. It starts from $1. There is no cap, nor will we ever enforce any kind of minimum for you to be and stay a member. We mentioned the non-compliant aspect. There's a lot of GPOs in the marketplace that do enforce compliance. May it be by the percentage of contracted items you buy, what distributor you buy from, and what minimums you have to be enforced. We are non-compliant. Once again, you can pick and choose whatever program, starting from $1. I think it was mentioned earlier, the question about switching of partners to become a program or become a member of Foodbuy. We work with 90+% of all national and regional distributors in the marketplace, and that includes small wares and equipment companies. In most cases, you're already using one of those authorized distributors. You do not need to switch to become a Foodbuy member. You will have access to our price implementation, which is the lower landed contract price, and you'll have access to all of those rebates that are afforded to you as a member. I think a last part there at the bottom, most people say, well, it sounds too good to be true, or what's the catch? What's ultimately leading to what's the cost? To become a Foodbuy member, there is no cost. It's an opt-in program, no minimums and no costs. The only thing I would tell you the time is filling out the LOP, looking into the supplier list and which programs you are interested in, and sharing that with us at Foodbuy in order for us to give you the program details. That's really the lift out of the gates here in order from a time expense standpoint. Moving over to the left-hand side, so LOP is completed. I want to be a Foodbuy member. I submit that to James. We do all the work from there. The onboarding the process gets initiated. You become a Foodbuy member with a dedicated customer number. That then gets moved into account management, where anyone that's an AAMA member has a dedicated account manager. His name's Don Lasky, that will support you from a Foodbuy standpoint. His role is to get you set up on Empower, make the original orientation, work through what programs you'd be interested in, and then ongoing, he's your resource to further optimize to further programs. And not only optimize from non-contracted to contracted, but if you're interested in changing your facility services company, changing what office supply company you buy from, he's your resource to help navigate those situations to make sure that you're getting the proper information, and most importantly, you're getting aligned to the program to maximize your cost savings. So that leads me into questions.
So James, I would ask if you could go a little bit more into the onboarding and what that looks like. as it relates to accounts that you already have, and as we've talked about, looking through what accounts you have, say if it's at Staples or for those ancillary things or Lowe's and different things like that,
Mhm.
as well as we've got a lot of really smart people that have really great negotiation skills. So there may be some programs that they have a better price that
Mhm.
they've been able to negotiate over the
Yeah.
years. And
Yeah.
again, reiterating that you can opt out of any
Mhm.
program. You don't have to take the basket and that's what you're using. So could you just
Right.
kind of touch on that a little bit more for everyone?
Yeah, absolutely, Tina. Thank you for those questions. So the first one. Once you become a Foodbuy member, there's a couple different paths to find out what suppliers I want to really lean into. The first one would be there'll be a checklist that's shared. So if you want to take a look at the sampling of suppliers and you're interested in certain ones, that gets submitted to myself and Don. We're able to then resource back with you. May it be we need your account number to look at if our program would benefit you or not. There might be invoices needed where we can go back to that preset supplier and find out if through a market basket if the program would be beneficial to you or not. I think that's really critical because to your point, Tina, there's master negotiators. And there's folks that have, years and years and years of being a loyal customer and they've got the best deal in town.
Yeah.
That supplier or distributor will come back to us and dictate this operator is on this program or recognizing this cost savings. They need to stay as is. And we'll transparently share that information and say, you have a fantastic program. Please run as is. If you ever need to revisit it, or heaven forbid switch, we're here as a resource and we love to help you with that, but please stay as is right now. And that leads me into direct deals. So if I'm an operator and I'm an audience member on this call, become a Foodbuy member, there's a term contract utilization rate. The really good operators are right around that 30% contract utilization. They have another 30 to 40% that are direct deals that they've negotiated based on their scale and purchasing volume. We would never override those direct deals. Either share them with us or that manufacturer comes back and says they're on a direct deal. We will exclude you as a member from that preset supplier. So it's really a complementing program. And we want to help save, may it be at that 30-point level, or if you're on no direct deals, you're worried about, you just get up and started and you're worried about, am I getting the best deal? You can potentially lean in 50, 60, 70% into the program. So it really is that non-compliant, it's complementing. We want to do what's right for you as the operator in the marketplace.
Yeah, so for those of you that are familiar and have worked with GPOs, that's pretty unique that this is more of an a la carte type
Mm-hmm.
program.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. And that's honestly, Tina, that's been learned in the marketplace. That wasn't always that way.
Yeah.
So there was pardon me, there's going back really 18 years ago is when we pivoted as an organization and changed the model of enforcing compliance. You couldn't be on direct deals to becoming that a la carte, more of a partner.
Hmm.
And that's been mutually beneficial and highly successful. And it really affords our suppliers to want to create better deals because we're brand ambassadors in the marketplace for them. And we're educating, not enforcing, but we're showing the value of the program for that supplier to that member. So it really is a win-win-win proposition that we've adopted.
Wonderful. Do we have any questions from anyone? I will say one of the other benefits is you're looking at your direct team here in this program. You're not going to be calling a number or emailing and minus Don. who you'll get to know through your involvement. But this is your team, so I think that's a really great addition to this program. Also, is that you're not just dialing a general number or sending a general email. You have dedicated people that know your business and know this program and are here to partner with you.
An excellent point, Tina. If I may ask to the team, if anyone's willing to share, is anyone a part of a GPO currently? Well, that's positive news.
I would add, Tina, that I've worked with many GPOs in the food space and multiple um, verticals, right? So be it family entertainment or other hospitality or senior living or hotels. And Foodbuy is the big gorilla, right? They are absolutely killing it when it comes to the contracts and the arrangements that they have. So while it's non-compliant, meaning you don't have to use anybody, you could sign up and never use it, right? But the more you use it, the more benefits you're going to get. And in the GPO world, in group purchasing, volume and size actually does matter. A lot of times it doesn't. But it matters because they have more sway and influence with the distributors and with the manufacturers because of the volume. They're like, if you don't want to make this deal, that's okay because X, Y, and Z might want to. People don't want to be left out of the largest GPO in North America, right? So they're very good deals, is what I would say. And I've actually bid out GPOs in the past. I can't give you any details on that, but I would just say Foodbuy is very strong.
I believe there's a question from
Yeah.
Lance.
Lance, if you're okay, I will turn on your mic. If I'm able, let me just
That's
see.
why nobody can hear Lance.
Yeah, yeah. For
Sorry,
anyone
Lance.
that wants to ask a question on your mic, please put that in the chat and I'll allow you to talk. We're set to mute everyone. So Lance, you should be able.
Okay, you got me now?
Yeah, there you are. Okay.
Perfect, perfect.
And
What my question is, we don't do any foods. We strictly do bag in the box syrups, Coke,
Mhm.
Pepsi, things of that sort. Primarily deal with Cisco for
Mhm.
Coca-Cola products, and we deal
Mhm.
direct with Pepsi for Pepsi products.
Mhm.
Um, is this something that we would be able to benefit from in being part of the program? And if so, if Cisco is an option, would my purchasing still go directly through my Cisco rep currently, or would it be going through like third party through yourself for ordering?
That's a great question. And Lance, let me thank you for that. Let me approach the last question there. And I'm glad you brought that up. So any one of our partners, in this case Cisco, business as usual is the term. So you don't change the SC on the account. You don't change the way you order now. You won't order through us. You just now have the impact of the contract at the SC, his laptop. So it may be on if you use my Cisco, our Cisco shop, you'll be able to see any negotiated contracts we have when the account gets aligned. So you'll order just as is right now, and that works for every one of our suppliers. That does not change.
Okay.
My recommendation is if you're willing, because we have a PepsiCo direct agreement. If you're interested in looking at that program, it's the same market basket process. If you're willing to share invoices, we can look at what our program benefits you or not on a direct basis. Same thing with Cisco and your Coke invoices. We would look at if we have a qualifying product that correlates exactly what you're buying. We can show you what contract price is and what the rebate is on that item and give you that clear data analytical view.
Okay, perfect. And would the possibility of being part of that program, would that be related to volume as far as how much I purchase with
No,
any given
no, sir.
operator? Okay, okay.
No, sir.
Because Cisco, I'm much heavier than I am than Pepsi. Okay, all right.
Great
Um,
questions.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I mean, feel free to
Okay.
mute me again, and I'll just continue on.
Thank you. Thank you, Lance, for that. Jay, I would ask also, or James, sorry, either one of you. Um, for those of us that maybe want to offer some of the ancillary discounts to our employees, is that an option? And how do we go about doing that?
It's funny timing wise, you asked that question. Jay and I actually referenced that on a call earlier. So there's probably 30 plus that are employee benefit programs, Tina. Everything from our national car rental to our Lowe's program, even down to our Staples program. So yes, they're extendable and can be used. A lot of those are discount codes that can be inputted. And we actually find a lot of operators they'll build out a customized, call it a sell sheet. They'll share with their employees as you're an employee of our organization. Yes, you're getting your whatever paycheck you have. We have employee benefits. An added benefit are these discount programs through our membership with Foodbuy. So yes, there are programs and happy as individuals become members and are interested in that, I can certainly share and delineate which ones are employee benefits and which ones aren't.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Anyone have any other questions on that or any other questions in general? Well, hearing none, or seeing none, I would like to thank both James and Jay for joining us today and for sharing the details on this program. Again, you as attendees of this will receive the links and the recording for this so that you can view it again, share it around. We will also include our contact information and things in case you have additional questions. Always feel free to reach out to myself or Melissa in the office, and we'll get that information. We'll also include the links to the documents that we shared here in the chat. And again, if you're able or if other questions come up and you want to write them down, join us again on August 6th at 1 p.m. Central, where we hopefully we'll do a deeper dive because we'll have so many people with additional questions, right?
Very good.
In any event, share that around with your friends and we hope to see you again on August 6th.
Very
Thank
good.
you, everyone. Enjoy
Tina,
the rest of
Melissa,
your
thank
day.
you so much.
Thank you, James. Thank
Y'all
you,
have a good
Jay.
day. You're welcome.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.